I want to talk to you about your home countries right now is having a problem with illegal immigration, just like America, just like the UK. One of the leading voices in the UK, a guy named Tommy Robinson, who also happens to be part Irish, is locked up right now.
Now, I cannot for the life of me understand why we wish to hide these horrific crimes and these horrid crimes and shield them from light. Light is the best disinfectant, and light is needed. So
Conor McGregor didn't visit the White House just to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? What he said shocked everyone. He slammed the Irish government, warned about mass immigration, and called out to 40 million Irish Americans. This isn't your typical celebrity speech, it's a wake-up call you can't ignore. Stay until the end and find out why McGregor is becoming the voice many fear.
Time that America is made aware of what is going on in Ireland. What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. You know, our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit.
Conor McGregor, well known for his bravery in the ring, chose to take a firm stance outside of it during his visit to the White House on St. Patrick's Day. Rather than simply joining in the celebrations, he used the occasion to highlight serious issues facing both Ireland and the UK, topics that are too often brushed aside. His appearance wasn't just another celebrity visit, it was a genuine opportunity to raise concerns that directly affect ordinary people's everyday lives.
So, for anyone that sheds light on this, they do not deserve to be, turned on in society. They deserve to be praised. So, I pray for more light on the bad things that happen and, correct things that happen.
Thank you, Conor.
Thank you.
Conor McGregor didn't mince his words when criticizing the Irish government during his trip to the White House. He strongly expressed that those in power have been ignoring the issues that genuinely concern the Irish people. In McGregor's view, the government has consistently avoided dealing with urgent matters, choosing to stay quiet while the country grapples with real and growing problems.
On the main stage, has the issues the people of Ireland face been spoke? Our government has long since abandoned the voices of the people of Ireland, and it's high time that America is made aware of what is going on in Ireland. What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. Our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit.
Conor McGregor spoke with real conviction, stressing that those in power are ignoring the concerns of the Irish public. For him, this goes beyond political debate. It's something he takes to heart. He feels a strong sense of duty to represent those who currently lack a voice in the political arena. McGregor isn't just aiming to raise awareness, he's calling for meaningful action. He insisted that the government must be held responsible for doing nothing and failing to address the genuine hardships people are facing daily. The Irish people deserve far better than to be neglected while their leaders turn a blind eye. His powerful message is a clear signal to both the Irish authorities and the public to stand up and take responsibility before the situation becomes irreversible. McGregor hasn't hesitated to take on one of Ireland's most pressing challenges: mass immigration. Speaking from the White House, he used his moment in the spotlight to shine a light on the growing difficulties caused by illegal immigration across the nation. But he's not focused on abstract statistics. His concern is with ordinary people, especially those in small towns and villages, who are directly affected. Many rural areas are becoming overwhelmed, leaving long-standing residents feeling alienated in their own communities. For families who've given everything for their country, watching new arrivals receive more support than they do is deeply disheartening. Many are left struggling to get by, while others seem to benefit from a system that has forgotten them. McGregor's anger is clear. He believes the government's inability to control immigration is putting community life at serious risk. People who have worked their entire lives to build Ireland up are now being sidelined by policies that appear to give preference to outsiders, rather than those who've been the backbone of the country for generations. He's making sure these people are not ignored. He's using his voice to raise their concerns for all to hear. And McGregor's criticism doesn't stop at Ireland's borders. He draws strong parallels between the situation in Ireland and that of the UK, where similar challenges are emerging. He also condemns the UK government's handling of immigration, pointing out the negative impact it's having on local communities. Just like in Ireland, many long-serving citizens in Britain feel let down by a government that seems more interested in appeasing others than looking after its own people.
Nice suit, it's one of my own. I can get you one if you want. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring. Your work rate is inspiring. Appreciate it.
They've spent their lives working hard, paying into the system, and standing by their country, yet they are watching as illegal immigrants are handed generous support that they themselves could never hope to receive. To McGregor, this goes beyond a question of fairness. It's about properly valuing the citizens who have laid the foundations of the nation. He points out that while the government appears eager to assist those entering the country unlawfully, it consistently neglects the real challenges faced by its own long-term residents. As a result, many local communities are left feeling disillusioned, marginalized, and, in some cases, completely forgotten. McGregor argues that both Ireland and the UK must rethink where their priorities lie, and start paying attention to the people who have always been there, now burdened by policies that seem to serve everyone but them.
Project will involve him renegotiating Brexit to allow British cops onto the continent. So it can't even get past go, this plan. What can persuade this idiot that smashing the gangs won't work?
Because they had 4 years, 5 years of being able to go on Question Time and any other show you want to mention, and being able to say, these people are human beings, and without giving any thought whatsoever as to what the consequences of unlimited numbers of people coming into the country might be, we have to start thinking of these people as human beings. And the moron audience in Question Time, and it always is a moron audience at Question Time, would applaud and cheer.
Conor McGregor isn't only focusing on immigration, he's also confronting politicians who, in his view, distort the truth about key issues, especially when it comes to freedom of speech. He openly criticizes figures like Keir Starmer, leader of the Labour Party, accusing him of spreading false impressions about the real state of free speech in the UK. In conversations with Donald Trump and JD Vance, Starmer insisted that free expression is thriving in Britain, but McGregor strongly disagrees, warning that such claims are dangerously misleading.
There have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British, of course what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time. Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our history there.
McGregor argues that the truth is far more troubling. Freedom of speech in the UK is genuinely under pressure, with countless citizens finding themselves silenced. He's visibly angered by how politicians distort the facts, offering empty reassurances while it's everyday people who suffer the real impact. Unwilling to let this go unchecked, McGregor is calling out figures like Starmer, drawing attention to the uncomfortable reality. Freedom of expression is steadily being worn away. Despite soothing words from those in power, his warning is clear: don't fall for the false sense of security. The situation is far more serious than many realize, and McGregor is determined to use his voice to ensure this vital issue doesn't get swept under the carpet.
And highlighted, it's also St. Patrick's Day, so a little bit of celebrations for sure, and a little bit of learning and listening to Mr. President Trump, whose work ethic is inspiring. And all that does to me is highlight the lack of work on my side. So that's it. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome. Conor McGregor is well known for his courage in the ring, but it's his determination to speak the truth outside of it that's now drawing attention. He's on a mission to reveal what's really going on behind the headlines, especially when politicians attempt to mislead the public. He sees his influence as a duty, choosing to speak out where others stay quiet or hide behind misleading stories. Whether addressing immigration or the state of free speech, McGregor won't allow false information to go unchallenged. He recognizes that when those in power manipulate the truth, it's everyday people who feel the consequences, unafraid to hold leaders accountable. He's standing up for those who feel they no longer have a voice in vital national conversations. For McGregor, this isn't about political allegiance. It's about ensuring the public sees what's really happening, regardless of how awkward or uncomfortable that truth might be. In a time where spin and selective truths dominate, McGregor is determined to bring genuine issues to the forefront and make sure people aren't misled. His campaign for truth is as fierce and relentless as any fight he's had in the ring, and he's not backing down anytime soon.
Goes to Washington, Conor McGregor makes bizarre appearance at White House on St. Patrick's Day to vent about immigration. Now, there was a rumour that he might be running for leader in Ireland, and I could actually see him winning it because you kind of need a bit of a nutcase in charge to actually get things done, it turns out. But let's see what the article says. So McGregor said our money is being spent overseas, issues that have nothing to do with the Irish people. He said what we call an illegal immigration racket is ravaging our country. The US is home to millions of descendants of Irish immigrants who fled poverty to come here, and McGregor addressed some of his remarks to them. The 40 million Irish Americans need to hear this because if not, there'll be no place to come home and visit, he said. He said the country risks potentially losing its Irishness. You can see the videos online and he's fucking right. And the best part is it's coming from someone who's working class and has made his way up. And who knows what's going to happen with him if he's going to become, like, leader.
Conor McGregor is shining a spotlight on the effects of illegal immigration across local communities in Ireland and the UK, with rural areas being hit the hardest. He explains how these areas are being overshadowed by a rapid rise in migrant populations, causing long-time residents to feel neglected and forgotten. Many citizens who have supported their country for decades are now struggling to get by, while newcomers often receive benefits and assistance they themselves are denied. McGregor underlines the injustice of the situation, as loyal, hard-working communities are being overlooked despite their sacrifices. There's a growing frustration among those who have helped build and maintain these towns and villages, only to see their own needs continuously sidelined. To McGregor, this isn't just a political debate. It's about standing up for fairness and recognizing those who have always been there, but now feel alien in their own homes. He urges the 40 million Irish Americans to take notice of what's happening in Ireland right now. McGregor warns that, unless the current issues, particularly immigration, are addressed, there's a real risk that their cultural and emotional connection to Ireland could begin to disappear. He stresses that the country is reaching a critical moment where the very identity of Ireland is at stake.
Happy Paddy's Day, America! Nice suit, it's one of my own. I guess you want to do Congratulations. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring. Your work rate is inspiring. We consider America our big sibling, so it's important for Ireland to have be a peaceful, happy, prosperous country. For the 40 million Irish Americans to have a place.
McGregor is genuinely worried that if these challenges aren't dealt with soon, future generations may struggle to recognize the Ireland they've always held dear and visited with pride. For Irish Americans, the island has long been seen as a cherished homeland, steeped in culture, heritage, and tradition. He's determined to preserve that special connection, ensuring that those with Irish roots still feel a bond with the land of their ancestors. His warning is clear. Without immediate action, the island we love could cease to be the welcoming home it once was for those wanting to return. With heartfelt conviction, McGregor urges both the Irish and British governments to accept responsibility for the situation. He calls on them to put the needs of their people first and to put a stop to the mass immigration that's threatening the traditions and core values built over generations. Change can't wait. The time to act is now. If you found this message meaningful, be sure to like and subscribe. More content is now available on screen.